starting with just breathing, just arriving here in this room, lying, resting, maybe even anticipating some relief, and just coming back to the breath. Just breathing in, breathing out, not trying to change it or fix it, not trying to breathe the right way or to stop breathing the wrong way, just noticing, how are you right now in this moment? And then rest your hands somewhere on your abdomen. And take your left hand and just imagine that you, or your left hand, is from an alien planet. And this alien has no idea what it's like to have a human body, because these aliens are more like translucent amoebas, and they can kind of float around. They don't need legs, and they don't need a skeleton, and it's just a completely different being, and yet they're very kind and safe and curious. And I want you to begin to touch and explore with your left hand, your right hand, as if you have no idea what your right hand is going to feel like. So you might start with the fingernail. What's a fingernail like? What is that hard thing? You might notice that the skin moves, kind of slides and glides, and there's something firm or hard underneath. And you're compassionate and very gentle as you learn to feel this hand as if for the first time, as if you've never ever felt or experienced or witnessed such a thing as a hand with skin and nails and tendons and bone. And you kind of notice that the human attached to the right hand likes it when you touch it certain ways, and you can sense things that you do that maybe they don't like, very subtle. So you just keep picking the most pleasant and kind way to find out as much as you can about this human hand. And whenever it's appropriate, you begin to notice that this hand is connected to more parts. There's the part that connects the hand to the rest of this limb, and you find out it's called an arm. So you just continue exploring how this hand is connected to the forearm. You might even notice, if you can pick it up, that it maybe moves and wiggles a little bit. And you just keep working your way up. Pretty soon there's this other movable part. There's this long, kind of straightest part called the forearm, and then it bends or straightens. And then there's a whole other long part. And every once in a while you have to download all the data, so you just kind of take a rest. You let the left hand rest from its exploration of the right arm, because you got to download all the information back to the mothership. take a little break. And maybe you even notice that your right hand is starting to feel a little different than your left hand from this exploration. And then when you're ready, continue with the left hand exploring the right hand and arm, and elbow, and all the way up to the shoulder. Up into the upper back. Maybe a little bit of the ribs and chest and front. Just this curiosity about how everything is connected. What is it like to have all these differentiated parts? And then at some point, switch and let your right hand begin to discover your left hand. And it might be a little easier because you've downloaded all this information. But just let it be pleasant and gentle, and keep your mind. There's a focusing quality, right? The mind wants to drift. It thinks it knows what a hand feels like, but really doesn't. The knuckle, the skin, the tendons. Maybe you discover that the skin on one side of the hand feels different than the other side. How many new things you didn't expect to feel or sense, show up. And every once in a while, just give yourself a pause, let the information download. Feel any new sensations. And these really are brain focusing exercises, right? We're training the brain to stay present. And then we give it a little break. And then when you're ready, you come back and continue the exploration of your left hand and just working your way on up the rest of the arm. Is it possible to have any element of surprise or intrigue or curiosity in exploring the arm you've lived with your whole life, but have probably never explored since you were a little itty bitty infant, and everything was an exploration. Everything was a new adventure, a new journey. And the nervous system was just budding and blossoming with possibility. Good. And just rest again. And then decide which hand you want to take. And begin the same alien exploration of your face. So start maybe with one of your cheeks, just like you're just saying hi and you're getting to know it. What does it feel like between the cheek and the chin? Or the forehead? You're just kindly and compassionately. And there's something that comes, that sort of oozes, some kind of energy oozing from this alien, that everything it touches softens, relaxes. There's a kind of a warmth. Yeah, and you can use the same hand, switch hands whenever you want. And don't forget you have these funny things sticking out on either side of this head. They're pretty interesting. Some humans even have weird metal things sticking out of their funny side head things. And from an alien's perspective, like hair and a scalp, right? How curious is that? And maybe somehow this alien senses that there's pain there. And it can just rest its hand on different places, just soothing and soft. As if somehow it's able to just drain the pain right out of you. You feel your face softening, your jaw softening, your eyes softening, your head on the back of your pillow just sinking. And then see if you can place both your hands over your eyes in such a way that they're sort of cupping around your eyes, no pressure, but they're creating a blackness. So maybe more the palms over each eye, the fingers maybe towards fingers towards the scalp and the hair. So if you opened your eyes, you would be looking into darkness. And either with your eyes open or closed, whatever's the darkest, just let yourself gaze and gaze and gaze into the dark, dark, velvety black. Notice how you're breathing. There's nothing to see, just this soft, gentle blackness, peaceful. It's so black that you almost feel as if you're floating. And then just rest your hands down. And everything rest. And just feel this kind and curious alien has become familiar with the human hand and arm and face and head. And through its kind and gentle curiosity, possibly things softened, things got gentler, more peaceful, maybe even more expansive and spacious. Notice how you're breathing now, how you're resting, how the mat is supporting you. And then again, gently begin to come back to this place, to this room, this alien-free life. And when you're ready, just slowly, gently, without holding your breath, find your way back up to sitting and eventually standing.